if the Knicks don't get Donovan Mitchell, which is a huge possibility, Danny Ainge is being very stingy right now, is RJ Barrett capable of carrying them? Now, I don't mean to like a deep playoff run, just carrying this Knicks team back to prominence.
Let me go first.
Back to status.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead, dude.
Listen, Joel, what you doing is a dangerous game, bro. You is the reason why so many people just shit on the Knicks all the time, because you're setting us up for failure. RJ Barrett is incapable of carrying us as of right now. You know what I mean? That's just too much of a responsibility. I think we need a lot of shit to go right. We don't need to be hoping that RJ Barrett can carry anything, because that's just a false sense of hope. It's not a lot of players that can carry a team in the league to begin with, let alone players that are on RJ Barrett's type or on his trajectory. So I'm going to say no. And I don't even think it's a discussion. We need Quickly to step up, Robinson to step up, Randall to take a step into what he was like in his most improved year. We need Cam Reddish to get minutes and show something. We need Quentin Grimes to be as good as he was in the summer league. It's a lot bigger than RJ Barrett if we don't get Donovan Mitchell. And even if we do get Donovan Mitchell, we're going to need others.
And you didn't even mention your star acquisition, bro. Jalen Brunson.
For sure.
I'm just honestly, that was super sarcastic, and I apologize for that.
No. You're right though. We need Jalen Brunson to play to the point of the money that we got for him.
Play to his
top
bag.
people to move. So yeah, you can put that stuff.
You definitely.
Does anybody disagree or agree with this, that he will carry or he can carry?
I have
obviously Joel, because he made the topic.
What makes you think he can carry it?
I'm gonna get into my spiel in a couple seconds, but first. The thing about the Knicks that hurts me is that when I'm pessimistic about this team, they overachieve. The year we were the 4th seed, I wanted to tank for Cade Cunningham. That's what I wanted to do. I thought it was going to be a tanking year. They exceed expectations. Julius Randle gave a playoff berth to the city, right? I come into that last season optimistic. They're not a playing team. So I'm trying to tread waters. But I'm also overcome by my emotions. RJ Barrett is the youngest player to average 20 points per game in New York Knicks history. He's the youngest Knick to score 45 points or more in the game since 1947. Dropped 46 against Miami, one of the top defensive teams. Youngest player in franchise history with consecutive 30-point games. 8th youngest player to reach 3K points, 1K rebounds, 500 assists. Other players, LeBron, Luka, Kobe, KD, Melo, McGrady, Antoine Walker.
Really? Antoine Walker's a crazy answer.
Really? Ridiculous. I would have left that off.
Shout out to Twan, man. Chicago legend.
That means that RJ Barrett's ceiling is a star. His floor is Antoine Walker, which when he was good. At one point,
He's a shot chucker for sure.
Not just a star. Top
Not
10.
only that, but there's something about Star J Barrettson that a lot of other players do not have. And that's a moxie. That's an it factor to him. He has such a big it factor to him that during the season, he hit a game-winning shot against the Celtics.
Tough.
After that shot, the Celtics season turned around.
What?
And they went on the finals.
Where are you going with this?
I'm interested. Go ahead.
Where are you going with
Stay
this,
locked
bro?
in. Stay locked in.
RJ Barrett hit the shot that ultimately led to the Celtics' fantastic turnaround season, something we haven't seen in history.
Yo, what the fuck?
Let him finish.
I think that's a foreshadow.
Celtics.
I think that's a foreshadow for what's going to happen this upcoming season with the Knicks.
Okay.
I think even if we don't get Donovan Mitchell, the Knicks are still a play-in lock. I'm not going to say playoff.
That's not saying a lot.
I would say
it's the
playing
top
lock
6
doesn't do much for me.
Well, you look at the Knicks.
The East is very, very good.
Wait, so we
just
going
can't be a bottom 5 team, bro.
Wait,
That's
so
it.
we just going to
Bottom
let
4
him
teams.
say that
That was
RJ
crazy.
shot
That was crazy.
is the reason
I was
Celtics
hoping.
turn around?
I told him to lock in. I was hoping to hear something that was,
I love the
different than what I was
narrative. I'm not
thinking.
gonna lie. I
That's
love the
hilarious.
narrative, but it's ridiculous.
Only
Would
thing
you,
I could.
would you bet for him to be an all-star this season?
Yes. And Pee Wee, to your question, you're right. I think it is too much to ask of RJ to carry the load. But we signed a star point guard in Jalen Brunson. We have a top 15 guy in. Why are you guys laughing?
Wait, top 15 what?
Top 15. I think he's about to say Julius Randle.
I was trying to finish. I'm
sorry.
finish?
You called him a star. It was a stretch.
Jalen Brunson is a star. I stand by.
Not yet. You
So
got to be an all-star before you're a star.
we got to all-star, star, two different things. He's not an all-star.
Right,
He's
you
a
got
star.
to be an all-star before you can be a star.
Jalen Brunson, very, very good point guard.
I agree.
RJ Barrett is a top 15 guy in jersey sales in the league. That means a lot of other fans.
Bro, what are we doing here?
Listen, this is my reasoning.
All right.
That means a lot of different people believe in him as well.
Right.
It's
That
the
belief,
Knicks,
one of
bro.
the
It's
biggest
the
market in
Knicks.
America.
That
It's not
belief-
everyone else. It's Knicks
That
fans.
belief is not without reason. There's a reason why they believe in
He's
him.
in the biggest market in
Julius
the world.
Randle, all NBA player.
That might have to do
All
with it.
NBA.
That might have to do
That
with
was
it.
Now,
2
will,
years ago.
will Julius
Yeah,
be an
come
all
on,
NBA
bro.
player again? No,
No.
I don't think he'll ever achieve that in his career again. But if he can just be efficient, that's all I'm asking. For Julius Randle to be efficient, the Knicks have a good shot. We look at a defensive anchor in Mitchell Robinson. Look at our bench that we don't have to gut if we were to get Donovan Mitchell. Their improvements, Obi Toppin, I think, when per 36, he averages like 18 and 10. He's very good in his minutes.
I like Obi a lot.
I think the Knicks, starting lineup-wise, you can't put them against other top teams, but our bench, I think, is a top 5 bench in the NBA.
Y'all played
And
like it
all
last
all
year.
of last year,
Respectable.
Derrick Rose was pretty much hurt. When we made the playoffs, it was mostly led by Derrick Rose. Even though Randall got the credit, the Knicks were like 24-11 with Derrick Rose when he got traded to the Knicks. So I think he stays healthy. Our guys improve. RJ Barrett, I think he's averaging 24 points per game or more next season. I think
Isaiah
he's,
Hartenstein also is a big key to
and
that too.
we do know that a lot of the All-Star stuff is predicated on fan voting.
Mm-hmm.
New York, biggest market, top 15 guy in jersey sales. All-Star is very achievable.
It is.
What's his number in the 15th? Is he like 13, 14?
Who are we talking about here? We're talking
RJ
about
Barrett.
RJ.
I actually think he's like 11th.
Oh, okay, that's good.
What's your favorite on-court ability of RJ Barrett's?
His right hand?
He actually has not a bad right hand.
I'm axing.
I'm just
left?
just saying because
The
If you,
jump
if you
shot?
said defense, that's not anything bad either.
no, I think he's a great slasher.
Okay.
Yeah, I love his finishing ability. I do, and I think he's been working more
has.
at his mid-range shot.
Are the numbers supporting that he's a great finisher?
I can't answer that question.
Oh, you don't have the numbers in front of you.
Oh,
no, I don't have numbers.
I
I'm
got
just-
you. Keep
I'm-
going.
Do you know that?
He was the second least efficient finisher in value behind James Harden last season.
Now you two guys.
Got him.
Yeah, the two guys literally. It could have
Bro,
been any
had
other
that stat
name.
ready.
Yeah, he
that
was
was
waiting for
rude
you.
for him to even
That-
ask.
Was that off
to
the
be
dome?
honest,
KB,
yeah.
was that off the
No,
dome?
I just read an article about RJ yesterday. I'm on RJ Island. I've changed, but that's the stat that stood out to me.
So
It's kinda
Kenny,
crazy to think
Kenny,
that James
Kenny, I
Harden
want
is on that list.
Kenny.
He's
I,
ass us.
Wait, James Harden was first?
He was number 1.
James Harden's the least efficient
worse.
value
Yeah.
finisher
Those
at the
both your
rim
guys.
last
so
year.
Kenny, I want to ask you this. So
Tough luck.
what changed in you being on RJ Hive? Because I wouldn't be.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I
I'm
wouldn't.
on there now.
Okay, I wouldn't be.
He said hive though. You ain't in the hive.
I'm not in the half. I said
Okay.
Island just because
Ah, it's
everybody
the
throws
same.
Island.
Tomato,
half.
tomato.
Okay,
Yes.
but I asked that because Knicks fans on Twitter can be very toxic, and I do remember one instance where on Twitter, you said that you think James Wiseman has as much potential as RJ, and Knicks fans came after you. Did you
Me?
have? Yes. Did you have a change of heart for RJ after that moment or no?
Apparently not. He didn't even know.
I
what
don't
happened.
even recall that
Exactly.
even happening.
Oh wow.
I can answer that. Fuck no. Don't no fan change nobody on this. These
So
couches.
why are you a part of RJ Barrett Island now?
I don't know. I think we had a conversation on our show. It was who was it? Who was he going against? This is like 2 months ago at
I
this
did
point.
not remember.
It was another young guard in the league. I don't remember who it was.
Was it Tyler Hero?
It was Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero.
And the moment I was like, undoubtedly, I'm taking Tyler Hero if I'm on the team.
Ooh.
And I was thinking more about it. It was like, RJ's a more complete player than Tyler Hero. And it made me just go over it and watch some more RJ Barrett and read some shit.
When you look at RJ Barrett through that lens, he's a lot more easier to gravitate to. But what you doing, Joel, with this all-star shit, carrying the Knicks, you is why people gonna be like, man, that motherfucker is a bum because he's not gonna reach that. Players and how they are valued or looked at is based off the expectation. When motherfuckers look at a top 10 pick, a lot, or quote unquote, it's a lot of dudes who are looked at as busts who are actually very good NBA players. But because they was looked at as top 10 picks, oh my gosh, Harrison Barnes, what? But Harrison Barnes is actually a very serviceable
Otto
NBA
Porter,
player.
woo.
Otto Porter. So it's like that. That is what makes it harder for people to get on the RJ thing when you start throwing out these compare. Oh man, LeBron, he the only player to do it. It's LeBron. When we know he ain't fucking LeBron or Luka.
All right, so let me
Wait,
ask
Wait,
you.
everybody else at the table, non-Knicks fans, if it's at 0.5 All-Star appearances in RJ Barrett's career, you taking the over or the under?
Over.
I would take the over.
Over,
He's gonna
over.
get one.
He'll get 2. I think he'll get 2.
I'll say this because I did a little bit of homework on this. They went 20-26 in 2022. 20-26 with RJ-led team. Now, this is going to be a little bit more optimistic than the laughing that you're hearing right now, Joel. With RJ being the number one option. What I mentioned to Pierre when he didn't even mention Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson could change a couple of those in between games. You guys went on a 4-game losing streak, caught a W, then you guys went on 7 straight all L's. But it was teams that were better than you. I believe it was OKC, and I'm blanking off the top of my head, it was the other team, but a team that was definitely beatable. It might have been Charlotte. You guys definitely could have been capable of beating them. I think with the addition of Jalen Brunson, his ability to score the basketball, it's not more so about RJ. Yes,
and playmake.
Correct, absolutely. It's not so much more about can RJ carry. I just think that this team is going to be a little bit better due to the addition of having a point guard in Jalen Brunson.
I also think the Knicks are past making Randall the guy.
Correct, and I think that it's in line. It's got to be RJ, it's got to be Jalen, and then it's Julius Randle, which we've sat here and said Julius Randle is the 3rd best player on a playoff team, on a true playoff team.
So now,
I guess we can't say that because he made the playoffs.
Unless Julius Randle plays more like the MIP year.
Correct.
If he does, you basing it off last year. I think Julius Randle deserves the right to go into this year. This is who he is this year. We cannot base his reputation off the previous year or last year because both of those were kind of nominal. He played very poor last year, and then the other year before that, he played out of his mind.
He was
so
amazing.
we really don't know who Julius Randle is just yet.
He's played poor 2 out of the 3 seasons he's been in New York.
But the first year he was supposed to play poor.
And
that team was ass.
Let me ask you
this. It was
this,
a garbage ass team.
So are you going to the
Marcus
season?
Morris was our best player. He was a dark Marcus Morris is a tunnel vision. He ain't looking to get nobody involved.
Are you going into the season with Julius Randle wanting to be your first option? That's
absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I'm not going into the season with anything. These motherfuckers got to earn shit. RJ Barrett ain't being handed shit because he RJ Barrett. Jalen Brunson ain't being earned shit because he just got a new contract. And Julius Randle ain't giving shit because of MIP year from 2. Let these motherfuckers show us who they are.
Jalen
Brunson, the number one options. If that's what he earned.
Brunson gets a little bit of leeway with me because at least in the playoffs he came and showed up. That he gets a little bit of leeway.
It won't matter with the Knicks.
Fair enough.
If he don't do shit,
he earned a little bit
the
of
Maverick
right.
shit won't matter.